Hey, Spirit Gang. So, this message found you today because I really feel like you're going to connect with this energy that Spirit was giving me. And don't mind my hair today, you guys. I call this like my wildflower day where my hair is just doing whatever it wants and it cannot be tamed. Okay, so we're just here to deliver the message. I was not going to come on today, but Spirit said, get on there, deliver the message, because whoever is meant to find it will find it in its right time. So I'm supposed to record it now and send it to you guys. So the message that I'm getting today, I'm also getting signs and synchronicities, okay, that this message is for you. Mood rings. I'm also getting the Tower and the Star card in the tarot, okay, which is 16 and 17. And if you add those numbers up together, it's 15. And if you add 1 and 5, is 6. And it's the number of love. Okay, so I really feel like this message is for you. You could be experiencing third eye chakra headaches when you're waking up, and I'm hearing that those will subside, but there's a lot of downloads coming in at this time, okay? And the message that I got was that this love that you're destined for isn't just an ordinary love, okay? That could be a song. I think it's called Ordinary Love. It could be a sign or synchronicity for you, but it was God's prophecy, okay? It's what was written for you, all right? And I feel that this love was coming in to awaken your spirit. And when it comes in to awaken your spirit, the message that I'm getting is it kind of like seeps in, kind of like how the serpent does in the Kundalini energy, how it awakens and kind of comes through to purify, okay? So this is going to awaken the fear, the anxiety, the grief, the anger, the pain, okay, that lives dormant in your souls. And this could be from past lives. This could be from past connections in this lifetime. But I feel like there are certain energies that have kind of like were imprinted on you, and they now lie dormant, but every once in a while, from time to time, they come up, causing some sort of a barrier, causing some sort of repeated cycle, right? Because they're just like lingering, and so you feel stuck in these situations or certain things. But when they really come through to awaken you, when you're going through this awakening for this divine counterpart, this prophecy, this divine prophecy, okay, it challenges you to remove fear and doubt and rise into your calling. So all of those dormant energies are being awakened so they can be transmuted into light, okay? It's meant to heal and transform you and reunite you with your true love, okay? And I also got a message that so those are like the tower moments, right? Those are the tower moments, and when they're being transmuted into positive energy, into light, you raise your frequency, right? And now all those trapped energies that are coming out to be purified, kind of like the Kundalini does, because I was getting a serpent energy, okay? It allows you to rise into your calling, okay? And I was getting a message, what is coming is so powerful that you are going to know it's from God, okay? And not only that, when you rise into this purpose, when you step into this, and it's not just to be with somebody. This is to help you evolve to the best, happiest version of yourself. One that you continue to challenge yourself. You continue to step into your fear to overcome it. Okay? And anything that you start to acknowledge that isn't something that's kind of haunting you, it's just something that's there. When you start to acknowledge it, you know that you were destined in this lifetime to overcome it. So I'm also getting a message from Spirit, which I just talked about this in a couple personal readings that I had with some of my clients. When you acknowledge something that you feel like is a fear, or something that is a challenge, or something that is a fault of yours, that means that you had a past life where you didn't overcome that, right? And this lifetime was the lifetime that you were meant to acknowledge it. And when you acknowledge it, you start to accept it for what it is. And that means that's the moment that you are going to overcome it. Even if it still is a fear, even if it still is something that makes you feel vulnerable, even if you feel like it's been following you around, it's following you around, tapping you on the shoulder, saying, here, I'm here. Now it's time to open these new doors of possibilities, step into them, and release us because we don't want to be here anymore. This energy is kind of like saying, we don't want to be with you anymore. They want to move on to somebody else and be there for someone else to teach them, to guide them, because anything that is trapped and lays dormant within you is meant to eventually be woken up and to move on to somebody else. And how that moves on to somebody else is maybe you were meant to teach somebody your way of how you healed and how you evolved through this process. And what that does is it triggers somebody else. And this isn't meant to be something that scares anybody or triggers or instills fear into somebody. But what it does is when someone is unwilling to face something or is afraid of facing the unknown, and someone comes along and they see someone else doing it, it awakens that fear within them, within ourselves, which I can speak from experience. When things were pointed out to me by people telling me how to overcome things, it awoken in me those things that I was holding on to that I was afraid of doing myself. And it triggered me so much that I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to conquer this fear. I'm going to transmute it into power, turn that pain and fear into power, and let it be the driving force that pushes me forward. And then I will be the one who comes along and hopefully ignites that within somebody that's laying dormant in someone else, and it challenges them. Do you see what I'm saying here? To do the same thing. And it's kind of like a domino effect, okay? Because whoever this was, it's kind of like in the most positive way, any way that I could explain it is God's pyramid scheme, okay? It was meant to be a domino effect and awaken people and enlighten people and help them rise into their purpose, help them rise into this energy that is self-love and acceptance. And with that, your partner's going through the same thing. And so this was a prophecy written for people to step outside of themselves, think outside of the box, step into their purpose. Your energy was never meant to be caged. You were never meant to lay dormant with those dormant energies, right? And once you start to awaken those dormant energies, you start to awaken as well. I wrote down a whole bunch of this, but all of this is getting channeled to me right now. Okay, so what did I write here? The part that you're supposed to play in this is eventually you're going to be living in love and peace and trust, okay? And then let God fulfill the rest. Okay, this is what this is supposed to be getting you to. Sorry, my handwriting is sloppy here. I'm trying to read all of it. This is what it is supposed to be getting you to that frequency where you're living in peace and trust and still vulnerable, but trusting in the unknown, and you're awakening all these dormant energies so they can be released and be purified. Okay, so this was the message that I have for you. I hope that it resonates. I'm sorry that it was all over the place, but I had written all this down earlier and a lot more came through as I was just kind of speaking it, which is what happens here. But I feel like this is something that is happening for you at this time, and it's because you are destined for this great love and destined for this ability to show yourself that self-love and respect that you deserve, and no longer carry these things, because these things were passed down to generations through generations and your past lifetime. So you're carrying this what feels like a burden inside your soul, and I promise you, when it purifies and it clears out, you become the version of you that shows the way to others and triggers that dormant energy within them to rise. And then it's like that, the smartest, pyramid scheme that I've ever heard of in my life. And that was the way it was being channeled to me. So I really feel like this message is for you. You are destined for a great love, not just because it's just any old love, but because it was God's prophecy for you and for you to step into your purpose that plays a very important role that passes on and on and on and on through the collective. Okay. And eventually you and this person, get to these same levels where you guys come together, and then you're just this beautiful, beautiful energy, and nothing can take you down. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. So I'm gonna go and close it here, and I really hope this resonates for you guys. And like I said, I wasn't even gonna come on and record today, so this is just another channel message. I'm getting caught up on some other things, but I will be back on tomorrow, And I hope this gave you some clarity and some guidance on, what you're being called to do. And I love you guys.